Hello there. Um, this is technically America Frontline, so I'm sorry. I've been losing a little bit too much. Don't worry, there is a twist. Um, it's a buff tribal deck. It's kind of awful. Um, compared to the rush deck, but it is pretty funny. So obviously, we're gonna play it. We do love the funny. Slightly off meta. That's sort of the best realm to occupy. I do miss the days when destruction was overlooked, but now with that CHERBOURG regiment, I should have buffed it first, but whatever. With that CHERBOURG regiment, it's actually meta. I might try a different version of the destruction deck. However, do I want to throw away a Hellcat? Not really. Doesn't make a difference when. Maybe I should have played the SHERMAN. The HELLCAT still exists. Now I'm done with finals, so I could record more videos if I wanted. Maybe I will. As it is, maybe I'll try and get to Field Marshal. That'll be the goal. And then I'll play a bunch of like really bad decks, just for the sake of it. It begins. So what I'm going to do is M4 SHERMAN draw first, and then Infantry Regiment on this. I do have Plan D eventually. A lot of Japanese orders can destroy this. Maybe Plan D would have prevented that. Because like 2 Tours would do it at this moment. Diplomatic attaché. We do have island hopping, because I have a golden version of it, and it's technically buffing. Three, 1 to push up, Plan D. That'll be 7, and 6 to maybe? I don't think this is the best play, but I do want to get Plan D out with some amount of efficiency. I was watching the OCC, or the World Championships, whatever it's called, and I was just amazed by how greedy some of Socialist plays were. So I'm just trying to, take that lesson to heart and avoid, playing exceptionally greedy. Oh wow, that's a win next turn. I'm pretty sure if he doesn't destroy frontline units. Tora would deal with most of the stuff, though. I forgot that was in his hand. Alright. This is 6, 9. Cadet score is 11. What the hell? Great game. Let's do another one. I was actually talking to somebody in the comment section about how awful US Frontline is. So, As usual, I am a hypocrite. I mean, I am not playing with like Blitzkrieg, stuff like that, so it's not like I win on turn 4. However, it still has that extremely... it's still extremely powerful. There's no way around it. It's the cards have, you know, blitz, crazy effects like +1 credit cost to target. And then 5th Ranger is also insane. I'm not entirely sure. I guess the only counter to that deck is the British-Polish deck that I introduced earlier. There's probably other counters. It's just very difficult to actually manage it. We do have Stars and Stripes. The question is, do we draw or do we put more pressure on? Oh! Yes! I'm in love with you now. Man, I wish I was playing a fun deck like this. I'm just a loser. I tried to make it as off-meta as possible. Do I need to save my Stars and Stripes? I think I do. That's pretty crazy. I could actually seriously regret this play with a Winter Warfare. As it is, he can play one of his T-34-85s, which the Hellcat does remove. I don't have any suppresses in this deck. It's not a rush deck, it's a buff deck. You could have played that first without wasting... I guess the credit cost doesn't matter to you. T-34-76, or whatever it's called, will destroy that, so maybe I could have done differently. Oh, that was draw. I was like, why did you pointlessly waste damage doing nothing? It is draw. He has a 2 ERMT. There's only one in the deck. But it is part of Buff Tribal. I think it's more interesting than Mobilize. I could have just put a bunch of Mobilize in the deck, but I do love this card. In Arena, it's very fun to play. You just rarely find it. So if you can construct a deck that just makes it good, gladly take it. You only have one of those. You have a not meta deck, so This makes the most sense. Because next turn, I guess I would have 2 4/4s that I could move and attack, but then that would be my entire turn. Single target removal with Brit as secondary. That's interesting. And, okay, great. I'm gonna have to make the mic a little louder. I wasn't thinking about that. It's been a little while. Ooh, E. Okay. Let's see what happens here. I want to... Probably a good idea to attack with this. What do I expect? Do I expect him to deal 4 damage? No, the hammer is what's going to come out. So I'm going to slam that because even though it has higher operation cost, it does also have the ability to move in the front line and attack one of my units on the same turn. But you don't have the ability to... I'm going to keep this in the back line. I didn't anticipate it getting buffed, but it doesn't matter. Winter warfare does make me unhappy. I have Call to the Colonies. I have 2 Battle Valors in this deck. That's the 5 cost order for the US that gives a unit +2/+4 and veteran if able. I haven't drawn those yet. But it would be pretty fun. Ooh. I'm gonna draw first? This California regiment is really pretty dominant. Oh, this is Blitz. Interesting. Wow. Still can't use island hopping because he keeps on putting down counters. Guess you can call them counters. This is a pretty great board, though. I'm surprised. Why is it the second that I pull out, like, the strongest deck that I've made in probably the past 5 videos, at least? I'm facing all the worst decks from opponents. Or it really feels like that. Yeah, sure, I'll bring it the P-51. Apologies for the coughing. It's not a sickness, it's just me. I'm very healthy, obviously. Now, I'm kind of playing with my brain turned off. Like, I just see high cost unit, and I'm like, ooh, play high cost unit. And then I play the high cost unit. And then I move stuff into the front line. And I kill everything that's there, and then I repeat. Alright, as Blitz. He gets a 1-1. Everybody starts screaming. Just getting the buff on more units. There it is. This was a really interesting match, but I think that, you know, it's kind of hard to... If you can't remove the RMT and you can't remove the SKYTRAIN, it's not going to work out very well for you. Do you have... You don't have a second ISU, so that doesn't do much. Okay. Yep. Alright, we're on a streak. Excellent. I mean, we're not meant to be completely overwhelming. We're just a humble, slightly off meta America Frontline mid-range deck. Not oppressive at all. That was the 4th game. I'll see if we can at least get to rank 2. Okay. PIR Infantry Regiment? Definitely Infantry Regiment. That's a 3-4 right there. Actually, if he plays Red Devils, I'm going to entirely regret this. Instead of Sherman next turn, I might just Infantry Regiment, PIR, hit the Albacore. Is this a bomber deck? It might actually be a bomber deck. I was a little bit confused about what was going on. That would fit. Air power. I wonder if there's a good way to actually keep Frontline not playing the US. You can do Germany with Blitz. Light infantry just does pretty well. But is there like a deck that's really good at that? I guess technically Britain, because they have retreat and they have guards with armor. They can spawn stuff in the front line. Germany's momentum can also spawn stuff in the front line. That's a good one. Awesome. I can use this next turn to make the Red Devils go out with a bang. What is this deck? I want to get the damage in. It's not like he has a unit on board yet. Got one more turn of SKYTRAIN in. And I really should have swapped the infantry regiment for the Red Devils, because this is going to just die next turn. He's not going to target it. Thankfully that does not affect me very much. It's fine. Whatever. This is just like control US somehow. I'm gonna give you 1 extra health. Woken Giant still kills it. Maybe that wasn't smart, but that's what I did. I know he has California regiments. I'll draw first. I have the ability to deal 12 damage in 1 turn. Oh wait, no, it's actually 10 damage with the Jasko on board. Plan D is kind of like Blitzkrieg, I realize. It's just less credit efficient. And less damage. Okay. This is, let's see, -3 plus 6, so that's 3 damage plus, it's 13 total. Cool. I don't feel like getting blown up by carpet bombing, so I'm going to keep the PIR in my hand. You would have survived 1 more turn. If the 50% chance of surviving 1 more turn, that's what it is. Let's do another one. Yeah, this is editing aftermarket, and I just got destroyed a couple of times to the swag deck. I think there were some interesting things about this deck, but whatever. And then a comedy of errors against a Britain Finnish salvage guard deck. How could I possibly let him get a 6-7 into the front line? Definitely because I made a ton of mistakes, including the misplay you saw on screen. And then finally there was an Alpine deck, which I might actually be trying. I just don't have the coupons for some of its more interesting cards, but a German odds deck is in the works right now. Thank you for watching. Until next time.